Hey guys, Luke of Troy here. I got a friend, I asked a friend to do up some cartoons for me, but he has not finished them yet, so he's still working on them, so I can't release my full video today. I'm going to try and get it out tomorrow, which in the States will be May 20, I think, but if not, I'll try and get it in on the weekend. I've got a lot of schoolwork on, so I might not be able to get it done by tomorrow. But I just wanted to put this one up for today. And as you can see, it is not titled Draw Muhammed Day. It is called Freedom of Expression Day. And I want to explain why this is. Now, an interesting parallel has occurred in that the thing that caused this was individuals that chose to attack this one aspect of freedom of expression and the freedom and the right to ridicule ideas that you think deserve to be ridiculed. And this is something that most people that understand freedom of speech and freedom of expression and live in the countries that hold those ideals to be important and valuable, they understand that it goes in all directions. There's nothing that is really above or below that. Every idea is on the same level, and it's all held to the same level of criticism. So we understand why that's valuable. So when these people came along and decided they were going to try and erect a wall around this one particular issue, for a little while we've all been, well, I guess the media has been afraid. And this is a protest of that. This is or at least it was meant to be. This is how it was for me. A protest to those individuals who think that they can silence that form of expression, that form of ridicule. And to me, this didn't even have Islam as an issue. The issue of Islam is something that I think is something that needs to be ridiculed, just like everything else. But in this particular case, I have no intention of ridiculing Islam. I have intention of the whole purpose is simply to break down that wall that is around this one particular issue. But the fascinating thing is that these individuals that engage in acts of violent extremism I recognize these people to be the fringe of a group of people that probably really, by and large, just aren't that different to anyone else. You're going to have nice people, you're going to have assholes just the same as, everyone else, just the same as Christians or atheists or whatever. But the funny thing that happened was, once the May 20 thing got started, which originally was never even meant to be a real thing, it was done by just, a nice, soft-spoken cartoonist in the States that just wanted to do this one expression of non-violent protest against this wall that had been erected around this one particular issue. And it just sort of got picked up, and eventually she had to run with it. But it's been used as a tool by a lot of people, a tool for like really extreme bigotry and hatred towards Muslims. Something that I absolutely do not agree with. It's something that I want to distance myself from completely. I do not hate Muslims at all. I mean, it's a ridiculous concept. How can I say that I hate 1.5 billion people that I haven't met? The fact that I don't like the Islam, and that I think Islam is dangerous, and I think it's a bad ideology, one that the world would be better off without, doesn't mean that I therefore think the world would be better off without the people that happen to call themselves Islam. It's insane. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I do not want to be associated with this form of bigotry. It's not something that I agree with. I have absolutely no respect for Islam, but I judge people on an individual basis. If I meet someone who is a Muslim, that doesn't tell me anything about their character. They could be anything. They could be absolutely anything. They could be, someone that I consider my best friend for my entire life. They could be someone that's just kind of a dick, but in no way that's associated with Islam. Just, they're just rude and mean. The fact that they're a Muslim has absolutely nothing to do with it. So yeah, I feel as though ideas like Islam need to be free to be criticized, which is why I'm doing this. But it is not an attack on Muslims. It is not a campaign of bigotry, as far as I'm concerned. So, in order to amplify this fact, in order to demonstrate this fact that I am not attacking Muslims and I am not trying to marginalize or otherize Muslims as a people. I want this whole thing to be more inclusive of the whole idea of freedom of expression and freedom of criticism and freedom of mockery and satirization. The idea that you can go after ideas that you think deserve to be ridiculed. And the idea that absolutely none of those ideas should be held to any different standard. None of them. I mean, you never know. It might turn out that Satan is a good guy, Muhammad is just completely neutral, and Bill Shatner is actually like evil and Satan. You can't just assume anything about these people. They all need to be held to the same level of scrutiny. As far as it goes, I don't think Satan exists. I don't know anything about Muhammad, and I think Bill Shatner is a god amongst men. But they all still need to be held to the same standard, to the same level of criticism. So people that agree with me on this, people that feel as though they agree with the sentiment of fighting to defend free speech and freedom of expression, but they do not see that as the same thing as just using this as an opportunity to marginalize and create, vitriol and bigotry towards everyone that happens to call themselves a Muslim. I'd like you to join me. I want you to make your videos, but I want you to make sure you include more than just Muhammad. Obviously, it has to include Muhammad because this is the particular wall that we need to break down this time. But I want you to make a video that shows that it's not just Muhammad, it's everyone. Everyone needs to be held to the same standard. So, and I don't want you to title your video Draw Muhammad Day. I want it to be Freedom of Expression Day. And this is something that could really, take off. It's something that could keep going even after this particular issue is gone. Because, I mean, how many years in a row can we do Everyone Draw Muhammad Day? I mean, eventually, it's just... I guess it's going to lose its power or something, or eventually it might become redundant because the issue will have faded. But Freedom of Expression Day, that's something that we can do every year for a really, really long time. It's something we can do to remind people that these are things that are worth fighting for. So I'm probably a little bit late, because I don't think many people are going to see this in time. But hopefully come next year, people will switch from Draw Muhammad Day to Freedom of Expression Day. And the whole idea that this is some campaign against Muslims, that this is an attack on Muslims, hopefully we can dispel that idea and make people realize that that actually is coming from a group of extremists that do not represent my own position. So yeah, if you could, if you see this, I would like you to try and spread the message. I want you to make your own Freedom of Expression Day video. Make sure that you include figures from all over. And you can reproduce this video if you want. If you can mirror it, that would just be great. But other than that, happy Freedom of Expression Day, everyone. And hopefully I have my proper video up sooner. Soon. Cheers.